Hello traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the FS Coach. I know it's been a while, but today we'll be trying to build an EA, sometimes called a trading robot with ChatGPT. So, one interesting thing that I want to show you today is how you can pour your mind into AI and use it to get an EA that can trade for you. Just imagine having a robot that can trade just as you would do. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how you can code your ideas and export it into MP4, and the EA will start trading for you. If this interests you, now let's get to this video, guys. Welcome back, traders. So now, if you are logged into your ChatGPT account, you can open the free account just by searching ChatGPT and open AI and then log in. But so you then come to explore GPTs and you come to the programming part. You will see code GPT. Alright, so this is used for coding programming. So you can start your chart and like this. So just normal hello and asking you about the project you want to start with. So let me just start with asking a simple question like, can you write MP4 with a trading robot? And then so it's giving you more information about what you are required to do. One exciting thing about the way it works is that it also gives you an opportunity to build a trading plan. Alright, so you then implement your trading plan into the robot. So the first thing you need to clarify is your trading strategy, and then the order type, and then the risk management, and the trade frequency. So you can also tell it if you want to be using stop loss and take profit or trailing stop, if you want to use grid, if you want to use martingale, any strategy you want to use, you can put it into the EA and then it works just as you want it to. Alright, so I'm just going to show you an example on how you can create this script, debug any error that is coming up until your EA starts working as you wish. Right, so say I want an EA that trades the moving average crossover. I should be able to get moving average period of my choice. So what this statement will do is that it will give you opportunity to set your period. So you can change, let's say for instance, you want to do crossover of 200 moving average and 50 moving average, and when you are backtesting, you feel you prefer to have a more frequent trades like moving average of 50 and 21 moving average, and then so you can easily go to your settings, change the parameter, and then continue with your backtesting or whatever you are using the EA for. Right, so this statement will make sure that you are able to adjust the settings, the parameter for the moving average. So after saying I should be able to set the moving average of my choice, then you can say, so we have already established the trading strategy, which is moving average and then moving average crossover. So when the moving average cross, it will take either buy or sell depending on where it's crossing to, and the type of order that you want. So we can say enter a buy or sell in the direction of the crossover. So signal. So now what this statement will do is that it will make sure that once crossover, it will take just one trade, and when there is another crossover, it will take another trade. Okay, so let's set our risk management, take profit and stop loss. I want to be able to set my stop loss and take profit. So this will give you opportunity to set your stop loss and take profit. Okay, so I'm just going to put an additional point, which is, for instance, if the market should cross to the upside for a buy, and the market is still moving down against me, I want the market to trade to enter for another trade, just to make sure that I close in profit. So it is called a grid system. It's called a grid system, but there are different kind of grid systems. So there are some that it trades on each candle open, and there are some that you can give a particular distance that if the market is against me by 50 pips, then take another trade in the same direction. So I'm going to show you all this on the chart, but now I'm just pouring out my mind to the AI just to come up with the script. Then I will run it and I will continue to debug to make sure that I make it better. So I want to be able to set my stop loss and take profit, and use a grid system if my loss is around 50 pips against initial So now what I'm saying here is, so when I enter for the first trade, then the next one, if the market did not get to profit, so the next trade should come up after 50 pips against the previous trade, and I want to be able to set it. Alright, so you can say after 30 pips, after 10 pips, take trade if the market is not going in my direction. I'm going to show you an example on the chart. So what else do we have to do? So the frequency, basically we've said 50 pips when the trade is against us. So now let's see how the AI is going to break this down and come up with the EA for us. So now the logic is MA, fast and slow moving average. We are able to set our stop loss and take profit, and we can set our grid spacing in pips, right? And we can also determine our lot size. So you can see I did not even mention anything related to lot size, but the AI itself come up with lot size. So which means when you are putting in your parameter, you are able to set your lot size. So now the entry condition, saying open a buy when the fast moving average cross above the slow moving average, which is the normal trend you will expect if you are trading with moving averages. Then open a sell when the fast moving average crosses below the slow moving average. Only one trade per crossover signal. So you can see how the AI now is breaking down the prompt that we've given it, and use a specified stop loss and take profit for closing trade. And then the grid system, if the trade move against us by a specified pips distance, e.g. 50 pips, the EA will place additional trade in the direction of the original trade at fixed interval grid spacing to average out the position. So that's just the idea, so that we don't need to get our initial position before we get our profits out of the market. So now we have our script. Very easy. So you can see how the market has already is very fast and efficient. So what we need to do now is just to copy our trade, and then we go to MT4 and then paste it and backtest to see how it works. Alright, so let's go to our chart. Alright, so welcome back, guys. This is an example of an EA that I built with AI, and as you can see, it takes trade on every candle opening. So you see each time a new candle is coming up, place a new trade until the average take profit is 10, and then it close all the trades. So let's see, it's going to start closing all the trades now, as you can see. So this is how it works. So just average take profit of 10, it close all the trades for me. And I think so. Basically, I've been working on this EA for the past 3 weeks, and I have a profit of 7. All right, so in the space of 3 weeks, and that's how it works. And today I just started running it a few minutes ago, and today you will see that this will be so this is the first trade today. As you can see, make sure that it closes at 10. So if you start taking another trade on the new candle open, right, and it continues to take trades until an average take profit of 10, and it close all the trades. So this is how the EA they are built. This is how it trades, and it's actually based on whole moving average. Okay, so whole moving average, I'm going to show you what whole moving average is like. So this is an whole moving average. So basically it's more like your normal moving average, but this gives it kind of color, right, to show the trend. So when it is blue, it's an uptrend, and when it is red, it's a downtrend. And the way I've programmed it is such that whenever on 1 hour time frame that my whole moving average is blue, an uptrend, which continues to take a buy on 15 minutes, and that is what is happening on 5 minutes rather, and that is what is happening right here. So once it is blue, take trade on every candle that is open, right? And so, like, just to give one of the downside of using an AI to build your robot is that, so I noticed that when the trend changed to red, it stops taking trade, because the command is to start taking sell when the whole moving average is red on 1 hour time frame. But what I have observed is that instead of taking sell trade, it just stops. It stops taking any trade at all. So that's why it has not been taking trade all this period. Okay, which is not a good sign. And also that's why it's not selling all this period, because if you check on 1 hour on the 21st, I think it's red on the 21st, so you can see all this period stops taking trade at all. Stops taking trade. So I mean, I've not been able to properly debug this issue, but at least I've seen that the buy trade is following what I wanted to do, right? So which is okay for me. So now let's continue on our EA that we are building. So if you want to finalize your EA, so you open your meta editor, it comes up like this. So these are some of the EA that will be. If you have a strategy based on moving average and RSI, just like we are building right now, it works perfectly, right? So just to explain what the instruction we gave AI to build the robot on. For instance, so this is a bearish crossover, right? So from this point, we are saying the EA should pick a sell trade, and when we have maybe a 50 piece profit, it should close the trade. Okay, and in this instance, it is going to take a buy trade, and 50 pips profit is going to close trade, right? So now this is an interesting information about the statement that I made, that if the trade is going against my initial trade, it should take another trade, just to make sure that it close my previous trade. For instance, so let's say this is a bearish crossover here, and the market already the EA already placed a sell trade for you right here, but the market is going against you. Okay, you don't know, the market might continue in this direction forever, and that might end up hitting to trigger your stop loss. But what you can do is that you can place another trade, maybe at so this is 56 pips against our sell, so it's going to enter for another trade maybe around here, and to close everything probably at 33 pips in profit, and we don't need to expect another 50 pips from our initial entry point. I don't know if you get that. So basically that's the instruction. In this instance, it's going to take a sell for us. In this instance, it's going to place a buy, just one trade, and we want to be able to set our take profit and our stop loss. So what I'm just going to show you is that I'm going to paste what we are trying to do here. I'll show you how to do it, and if there's any error, I'll also show you how to debug the error. So let's start. So you come to new, and then you create expert advisor, which is an EA. So you say next, and so you can give it a name. So let's name this MA crossover. Then you click next, just click next till you have it. So you have your tab for the EA you're trying to build, which is MA crossover, and it has all this initial information. However, we are not going to be using this because we are going to be using the one from our AI. So let's copy this. So let's delete all what we have here before and paste. Okay, so we are pasting now, and so all we have to do now is just to compile. So let's compile. So as you can see, we have return value for order sent checked. So we don't have any error, but we have one warning sign. Right, so what you can do is just to highlight all, then copy it. So we are trying to debug the error with the warning sign right now. So then we can come back to our AI to say this is the error I'm getting. So it will probably give you a solution. So sometimes you just need to put some logic into this, because as you can see, it's starting from place grid trade. All right, so if you come to your metaphor, if you are meta editor, sorry, if you are editing anything here, so you are going to start with place grid trade. So you are changing anything from here, downward. Okay, so all this is fine, all this is fine. So that you don't clear all and then paste only this, so it's not going to work. Remember, AI is just to help you. You still need to cross check and make sure that you're doing the right thing. So we have our script now from place grid trade down to the last part, which is expert start function. So you copy. Paste our new command and compile. Right, so now as you can see, 0 error, 0 warning. Okay, so now we have our EA sorted. What's the name? MA crossover. So just come to your MT4 right now. So we want to backtest now. I think I have a video on how to backtest. You can check my videos. There's a video on how to backtest there. So if you want to backtest again, you just come to strategy tester. When you click on it, it comes up. Okay, you can test indicator, you can test expert advisor. Alright, so in this case we are testing expert advisor, and so we are not testing HME3, we are testing MA crossover. So you can see it here, MA crossover. So now if you come to expert properties, so we should be able to make some adjustments. So let's just start with an initial capital of $10,000. So fast moving average, so let's set our fast moving average to be let's say 50, and our slow moving average to be, let's say, 200. So our initial stop loss, our initial lot size should be 0.1, and our take profit should be 100 pips. So in this instance, let me just say 1000. The reason why I'm saying 1000 is because I'll be testing it on gold, and you know gold is more volatile than any other pair. So 1000 is 100 pips on gold, right? So, and let's say a stop loss of let's say 300, no, 3000. So this is like 300 pips, but we want to give it a gap of 500, which is every 50 pips take another trade. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, after 3 good, stop. So let's say okay, and so we just want to backtest from, let's backtest from, this is October 1st till today. Okay, 5 minutes time frame, and let's click start. So let's see how this EA is going to pick a trade for us fast. So let me make the visuals better. So making sense like this, and let me install the indicator so that you see how it's taking trade. So moving average 50, and average 200. Let's see some of the free trades that's taken so far. So this is the first trade. Okay, so as you can see, from the crossover, picked this sell for us and closed at 100 pips take profit, which is good. And this crossover picks another buy for us and closed at 100 pips profit, which is good. Now look at this, it picks this buy based on this crossover, picks this buy based on this crossover, but the market did not get to 100 pips and moved against us up to 300 pips. Okay, now what you will notice is that the instruction is for it to pick another trade after 50 pips. So it was supposed to take one trade here, another trade here, and probably close all the trades just with this pullback. I don't know if that makes sense. So this trade, instead of ending in a loss, you know, after picking this trade and the market moved 50 pips against us, which is around this point, it should pick another buy. The market will still go further down, which is another 50 pips, take another buy, and take another buy on the third one. So we can only take three, and you can see the market actually moves back after this 3 trade, and it should probably close out on all the buys at this point. Okay, so we are not supposed to make any loss on this trade, which is an issue. You know, it's telling you that the EA is not working as you want it to, so which is something you need to go back to the AI and instruct it on what to do. Okay, so this is crossover, this is another sell, which is hitting our 100 pips take profit. So let us continue. So remember, we have a crossover here, and the market is, the EA is taking a buy for us. You can see the TP at 100 pips, and you can see the stop loss. So you can see how it works, just using AI to build your EA. So figured our take profit, so we entered for another sell. So my concern really is, after taking this sell, you should have taken at least 3 trades just to close out on this sell faster, and we'll move on. Okay, so this means it's almost to the TP here, but didn't close. You know, that's one issue about EA. EA does not have emotion, it follows the instruction you give it strictly, and which is so is one of the advantage and also disadvantage. You know what I mean? So basically, we are making another loss of this, another loss, another loss. Okay, so as you can see, so you can check the report to see. So we made a total loss of minus 336, and so let's see the graph. So it was actually making profits earlier, and started having these continuous losses and trying to rebound back. Okay, so this is what I see here is basically where we made some losses, we should not have made those losses. Okay, for instance, so let's say we enter for a sell here, we should have entered for another sell here, and so that this small pullback can close out on all our losses, because you use grid system, start with 0.1, the next one will be 0.2, the next one will be maybe 0.3, and so just some few movements in our direction, we are closed out on that trade, if that makes sense, guys. So basically, so you have seen an issue. So what you need to do now is to come back to ChatGPT and say you're having this issue, you want it to be resolved. It will also add, try to debug the issue and then fix it. So I wish you luck. Put in your trading strategy, backtest it, modify it, see how it works, and tell me in the comment section what you feel like about using AI to build a trading robot for yourself. Cheers, guys. See you on another video. Bye.